Okay, this is another video I wanted to share about. I was telling a story about the corporation Eagles and so on and so on, but I wanted to share about additional information that was coming to it, and this was really interesting. It's like we were talking about the genetics, how are being genetics manipulated, and so on and so on. Human genetics. Basically, the physical body is just a reflection or the result of the energy inside. And we would say, in my case, I will say energy body. And the energy body, through physical matter to physical stuff, can crystallize and manifest like a physical body. So it's basically, the energy body is like a bridge, energy bridge, that you can manifest energy here or manipulate with that energy here. I know I'm looking a really nice fence made. It looked really nice, so I got my attention. The idea which I would say is that many other beings with their energy bodies have a completely different genetical system that they cannot correspond, integrate into this earth, or you would say the genetics or the structure of for example, a baby. They cannot integrate with it, and it will cause the human physical body to grow like a dinosaur, like I don't know, like a snake or something, like a completely different genetical structure, physical genetical structure, completely different. And therefore we were talking about this, how are the genetics being manipulated, and they said that basically before you are born, your genetics are being adjusted, and the energy body is being adjusted, transformed, changed, with a genetical matrix, signature, imprint, stamp, whatever you would say, and that structural stamp, when it enters the the baby, which is inside the mother's womb, it starts through this genetical structure growing. The physical body starts growing through this genetical structure. It's like an invisible bridge, an invisible patterns on which the cells start to crystallize and start growing. And there was an information coming that this is just an intro, but there was information coming that many beings cannot integrate and cannot even be born here on Earth. And then I saw many other beings because their genetical structure is not matching. They're not supposed to be here, and they will not become a human. They will become like a completely different species. And they say that some beings are being controlled remotely. So basically there's an energy body being created that is remotely being aligned to a specific system, incubator for example, and that physical body, for example the alien, enters this incubator, for example, for like a day, for an hour or something, for a period of time, and then he has a complete adjustment and a remote control over the human's body. What I understood is that he has a limited senses also, but then it's like, oh, okay, now this makes sense. And then I saw on the moon that many does this. There are many systems that control some artificial bodies, but it doesn't mean that you have to be like, and I understood the technologies are different, but doesn't mean that you have to be an alien to be born remotely. Or does it something to do, oh my god, my son is an alien, or he is an alien or something? No, it has to do that his genetics is not capable of being here, therefore they create it remotely for a period of time to control it remotely. This is something that is done for like huge light beings, but they have different technology. and this is done also with really nasty other genetical systems, like an alien who has completely different genetical system, so that he will still look human. He look like a human disguise. And then I understood that the information that came was that also dolphins are like some of them are remotely controlled beings, remotely controlled. I was like, oh my god, how is that? And I saw that some beings they cannot integrate such a physical body through their own genetics, so that's why they do it remotely. They control it remotely, and this was really interesting. So basically, this was just an information to explain that about the genetics, and about that there are physical body, energetical body, there can be mismatches, and how you can if you really wish to be born somewhere, how can you integrate, infiltrate in that system? And then I was like thinking, oh my god, but it's the same as in the movie Avatar. It's completely the same. And they said, yeah, but the technology is similar, but a little bit different. And I understood it has to do lots of things with vibrations and but yeah, whatever. And the Avatar movie, basically I would say it's complete channeling movie. It's like it's now when I had this information, like, man, the Avatar movie is like a science fiction, cosmical science fiction documentary, cosmic documentary movie. I was like, man, oh god, this is so interesting. Yeah, this was a really interesting feature I wanted to share. So the way it's done, the way it is done, who knows, maybe you are controlled remotely, but in any sense you are being controlled remotely by your higher self. So what the worries?